So, to follow up my video that I made last night, here's a little bit more information. So, that Donald Trump had signed an executive order defending women against the radical gender ideology. So, it's mainly targeted towards transgender women because they don't see transgender men as a threat. Okay, that's it's fine. We all tend to fly underneath the radar. So here's a quote. It says, "Across the country, ideologies who deny the biological reality of sex have increasingly used legal and other socially coercive means to permit men to self-identify as women and gain access to intimate single-sex spaces and activities designed for women, from women's domestic abuse shelters to women's workplace showers." The order states this is wrong. The problem that this has created is it's taken the right of transgender women away from being able to go to domestic violence shelters, and transgender women and transgender individuals are at a high rate of domestic violence and violence, just violence period. um, I should have looked this up sooner. I just didn't. And so the fact that it is barring them away from being able to seek shelter is disheartening. It is reported by the National Institute of Health, the NIH, that 1 in 6 transgender individuals report physical intimate partner violence, and 1 in 10 report sexual intimate partner violence in the past year. So this order is taking away that ability for them to be able to seek help and shelter, a way to get away from their abuser. And it's disheartening because it's just they have nowhere else to go. And if they lose the support of a place that's meant to help with intimate partner violence, it's it's just what what else is going what else are they going to turn to? It also rolls back other things, as far as it declares the US government will only recognize a person's assigned sex at birth, not use the word gender on any policies or documents. The order will require federal agencies such as the State Department and Department of Homeland Security to remove non-binary and other gender options for passports, visas, and other forms of identification. This will Uh, it will also remove uh, any federal funding of gender ideology and require government agencies to assess grant conditions and grantee preferences to ensure grant funds do not promote gender ideologies. So it's not shocking that he's done this, but it's we knew that it was going to happen. We knew that it was probably going to happen on day one. But what does it mean for everyone who has already gone through and have changed their legal documents? What does it mean for those who have gone through and I mean, social security cards, passports, licenses, birth certificates? Like, what is it? What does it mean? How much is this executive order going to override state constitutions? Is it going to override state laws? Is it going to override what states have already put into place? What are states going to follow with after this? I can't. I mean, I don't know what or how red states are going to jump on this. I live in a red state right now, and I already know several people that have left for protection. And so um it it it's what it's the next steps. How how are things going to how are the government agencies going to respond? Social Security Administration, how are they going to respond? How ultimately how I I can't answer these questions until they themselves figure out how to react to this executive order. Because I know here in Tennessee, they've already rolled back or passed a law saying that transgender women can't participate in sports. They've also stated that you can't change your gender on your license, and if you have, you are supposed to have changed it back based on your biological sex. Um, so, but what does that mean if your birth certificate's been changed? So your birth certificate now is shows that you've been assigned the opposite gender at birth. it's all these questions. I don't know if they've been thought about. They obviously focus on one thing, and they think that transgender people are out to be predators and are out to hurt people, and that is not the case. And like I said in a post I posted on my Substack, is that when when is when is it will when is it going to be our turn to be rounded up and put into camps like they're doing with these mass deportations? Because they're already taking away our rights. That seems to be what the next steps are going to be. So, until next time, I hope to have something positive to say.